Welcome to Threaded South. My name is Ashley, and in this tutorial you will learn how to create band merch. Now I'm going to do it a bit different. Instead of choosing an existing band, I decided to make up one. So my band is called Avery, Ali, and the Habitual Line Steppers. Now kudos to you if you know where I got the Habitual Line Steppers phrase from. But throughout this tutorial, I'm going to show you a time lapse of me creating the logo, and then we're going to dive deep into actually creating the band merch like tour tees, stickers, and all the extra fun things. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see so far. And without further ado, let's hop right on into this tutorial. The first step is to create a strong visual identity for my band. I would describe Avery, Ali, and the Habitual Line Steppers as a funky, smooth band that blends elements of soul, R&B, and jazz. I started by brainstorming ideas and moods that fit the musical vibe. My go-to website for design inspiration is Dribbble because it provides the latest design trends. I have created a few logo options based on the inspiration I gathered from there, and eventually selected the one I liked the most. This logo will serve as a foundation for all my future designs. In the next section, I will show you how to create captivating album art by creating a motion blur effect in Adobe Photoshop. Create a new document in Photoshop. Change your document to inches, the width will be 12 and the height will be 15, RGB color mode, and click create. Start off by adding a solid color, and my color will be C6A487. Make a rectangle using the rectangle tool, and I will change my fill to white. Change the width to 1994 and the height to 2992. Rename this layer photo. Right-click this layer and convert to Smart Object. Double-click the thumbnail to open up this Smart Object, and now you're going to open up your artist image and place it within this Smart Object. Resize it so that it fills the space. Pop over to Adobe Illustrator and I will copy over the title of the album, Once in a Blue Moon. Pop over to Photoshop and place the title of your album. Rename this layer logo and also rename your artist layer, then go to File, Save, and now you can close this Smart Object. Duplicate this layer, and on this duplicated layer, make it invisible for now. On our original layer, go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. Now make a brightness and contrast adjustment layer and change the brightness to 38. Right-click this layer and create clipping mask. Now make our duplicated layer visible again and go to Edit, Free Transform. unlink the width and the height because we're only going to change the width for this part. Now here, stretch your image horizontally. Go to Filter, Blur Gallery, Path Blur. And here, stretch out the end of the arrow. And I'm going to place another point closer to the other end and keep the main point in the middle as well. And click and drag it so that it's in a wave path. Change your speed to 500% and make sure centered blur is unchecked. And here I'm decreasing the wave so that it's not as drastic. And then click OK. Now go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise, and change the amount to 5. And everything else stays the same, and click OK. Duplicate this layer. Change this layer to Color Dodge. And now place these 2 layers within its own folder. And you can rename this layer Path Blur. Decrease the opacity of this layer. And we will use the selection tool and select about half of the image. And then create a mask. And now make sure the mask thumbnail is selected and increase your opacity back to 100%. Go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur, and change the distance to 531 pixels, and the angle should be 0. Now we're going to add a gradient map. Change the first color stop to 29035D. And the second color stop will be A9A7A7. And click OK. Change this layer to lighten. Now place all of your artwork within its own folder. Rename your folder Art. Now use your selection tool because we're going to cut off a bit of the right side of our artwork. Now open up the smeared glass texture and drag it over into your document, and make sure it covers your artwork, and then right click, create clipping mask, and change this layer to soft light. Now go up to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and change this to 36 pixels. Now open up our scan texture and make sure it covers your artwork again. And right click, create clipping mask, and change this layer to soft light. And that is how you create a blur effect in Adobe Photoshop. If you like what you saw today, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time I drop a new video. Thanks for watching.